Okay, so today I thought we would do a get ready with me story time. Since I did talk about that person that we're calling Leila, and you guys don't know basically anything about my past, and I see all these YouTubers that get burned by their past. So I thought, let's just be upfront. I lived in a trap house where my husband at the time wanted to stay. I was forced to marry him by my stepdad and mother to live in their house. My cousin takes care of him and his sister. I take care of Penny because I had Penny when I was older, wiser, away from that, whatever. She lives in a great environment. Back to Leila's house. Complete trap house. People were cooking meth. People were shooting heroin. It was basically just supposed to be, I think, a 3-bedroom house. And there were a lot more than 3 of us there. Or even 4 of us. At some points, it would be like 6 or more. And just so you know, if you want to get more of this out, you just cut it open. Just saying. I mean, I have another whole one laying there, but I like to use every drop of my makeup. And this is the stuff I forgot to put on in my last video, so it just makes everything going so smooth, and I love it. Now, this woman named Leila made me believe that she was on my side, like how horrible it must be to be married to someone like that, and then also would put down her own man and make it seem like, you know, she's never felt this way about a female, and just had me all confused because I was bi-curious, but yeah. And then, you know, the mixture of drugs and things that do things to your head, it's like crazy. So I would clean that house. I would take care of the house. I would do just about anything she asked me to do. It got a little weird, and eventually no one else in the house had to do the things that I had to do. So I started standing up for myself. And so then she tried to make my husband Josh do it, and she pulled the same thing on him. Well, I love you, and blah, blah, blah. And then obviously her boyfriend too, because, you know, can't leave him out. But she would do it at all different times to where she thought none of us really would realize it. But it was all her plan for when this trap house can come crumbling down, that one of us would be likely to take the fall. And it came down to my ex-husband working with, you know, cops and her. So once we all kind of figured it out, it was a little bit too late, because we all got indicted after the house got raided. And the reason the house got raided is because she let her daughter, who had warrants, live in our house, and instead of just laying low, she was outside all the time in the front lawn, just like egging the cops to come, just egging them. And so one day, a police cruiser drives by, and instead of remaining still, calm, cool, and collected, bitch runs through the house, through the back door, into the woods. Craziest thing I've ever seen. Craziest thing I've ever seen. And then they push me outside, and they're like, this is who is outside. Now, mind you, this girl is like 110, beautiful, beautiful girl. And I'm not 110 in the slightest, and I had dark hair. She had blonde hair. So the cops were like, no, 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 no. And they were like, we need to look around your house. And they found my husband in the crawl space with a backpack full of stuff to make meth. And that's when they started pulling people out. Now, why they didn't arrest him, I have no idea. But at some point, he got out, he got into the woods, but he was wearing handcuffs, so he eventually came back, because you can't do much with handcuffs on. However, I got in the car, went and picked up the girl that ran, her boyfriend, and another guy that was living with us, and dropped him off at a pizza place far away. Then I went back for my true love, not my husband, but Leila, and she was already gone. She said that she was a hostage there, and that she needed to go to the hospital. Not kidding. I forgot to mention this in the first recording, but they were at our house for a really long time, and there was a bottle active. And they put it in the back of this truck, and you heard a loud boom, and that was it exploding. And I'm just sitting on the front porch with all the kittens that we had, and I'm just like, what do I do? And that's where that part came in. Okay, so then, before they indicted us, I asked the cops there, told them my whole story, and I was like, what do I do? And they were like, if I was you, I would move far, far away. So I did. I went to Virginia first, till my husband at the time found me, whooped my ass in front of a cop car, got arrested, and then when I went to show up for court, they let him leave before me, even though I begged not to. And he beat my ass again, so I went back into court, and I almost got a corruption of, or I don't know what it would be called, disruption of court, because I just walked in front of everybody, and I was like, look what happened, because you let him leave before me. So instead of 30 days, they gave him 60. And I'm just like, yeah, right. That's probably the mandatory. Bristol, Virginia just rubs me the wrong way when it comes to taking care of victims and making sure, the person's not going to get back to them. They don't care. At least in my experience, they don't care. So I told everyone I was moving back to Ohio while secretly moving to Florida. I thought I was a genius. He didn't find me, though. He didn't try to find me. So, well, I don't know if he tried to find me. But he didn't. So that was good on my part. And then, let's see what happened next. Oh, yeah. As I'm living it up in Florida, loving my life, I get a phone call from my neighbor, who was my marriage counselor, and he's like, sorry, I had to correct one thing. The first 5 years of us being together, because I still can't find Josh, neither can the cops, to divorce him. So I was head over heels, in love, kind of looking past the bad things. But then in the end, I see a lot of what Josh did to me as what Mike's doing to me now. Mike does not whoop my ass or anything like that. It's more just like, example, calling me fat. When he knows that's like my number one, other than my teeth, thing he can say. Now, I just had thyroid surgery, and they told me, until they get my thyroid right, I would be dealing with a lot of weight gain. So I just assumed he was listening to that part and would not comment on it. Yeah, this is not going well. My eyelashes, they never go well. It's just kind of like, we'll try, we'll see. I just lost one. I completely lost one. It's on the ground. It when Dustin Daly talks about your new best friend, messy best friend, I feel like we should hang out. And this is not the same one, so where is it? I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Hold that thought. You saw me take this and this off from this. Where did the other one? I've given up. I have put a new one on. This is not the end of the world, but it happens way too frequently. And I'm just like, where'd you go, sis? Where'd you go? Because I never find you. Lucky they're about to... This one might be a little bigger. I wanted to go, like, pink like I did yesterday, but then, like, do a... I don't know what I'm trying to explain. See, I wish I was a better influencer to where I could be like, I want to do this wing liner, and this is how you do it, and blah, 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 blah. And I would give anything to look like Leila and like, she's got, like, the perfect proportions. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if I'm supposed to be using liquid. Probably not. But have you ever just experimented? Like, now I put the regular bottom on the bottom once that dries. And then we'll see what it looks like. Why does this feel like a razor blade on my eyeball? Jeez Louise. Ma'am? Oh, and you know who else I like? What is his name? He has a friend, and they're always, like, trying nasty stuff. He ate a scorpion once. He's real little, and his friends are real big. I watch those shorts on Facebook all the time, and I think his name's Dustin, too. Or Justin. Or I could just be completely wrong and that not be anywhere near his name. But something like that. So this is one. Okay, so I think I look alright. I also just wanted to say by the end of the story, she got us all good. And Mike, not my Mike, her Mike, it did like 8 years. I was looking at 5, did community service. Josh, I think, did 5. The other people in the case I haven't kept up with to know, and I haven't kept up with these people either other than Mike, because I felt like he really took one for the team. I don't know how she got away with her lies and manipulations, and this is what I meant when I talked about Blair kind of fitting in the role of what I would consider an abuser, a liar, a manipulator, and these are just my opinions based on things I have went through. So this might not be the get ready with me that every other YouTuber does, or a story time, but I do want to talk to Jessica Kent. I think it would be, I gotta put some more stuff there. I do think it would be very helpful for us to sit down and have a conversation about prison reform, because boy, have I seen it all. Extradition, it's not even big enough for 2 people, first of all, on the bus. And then one has to sleep under the bus, and the bus seats are scooped, so the other one's just fucked. Yeah. So I would love to talk to her about that. And anyone else that wants to talk about abuse and how to get past it. I do a lot of journaling. I go to art therapy every Wednesday. Life goes on, and it gets better. Just remember that. And I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye. I fixed it!